To level bomb on the Henschel 129, you use a special bomb sight mounted on the left hand side of the Revy. If you're going to use this sight, you need to fly at one of these 4 specific altitudes at an airspeed of 300 km per hour. There are 2 parts to this bomb sight. The first are the altitude rails, which are altitudes above the ground, and these are the altitudes you can perform level bombing at. The second part are these wires. These are what you align with the target during your bombing run. So when we get on our bombing run, we take these 2 components and we align them in a certain way based on our altitude. So for example, if we were doing a level bombing run at 200 meters, we would adjust at our head position so we can only see the leading edge of the 200 meter rail, while also ensuring that the vertical wires are aligned with each other and the target. And here are what the sight pictures look like for 100, 50 and 10 meters. So for level bombing in the Henschel, your altitude is going to be one of those 4 options. Set your propeller pitch to automatic with manifold pressure between 0.8 and 0.9 atmospheres to give you an airspeed of 300 km per hour. And then you can adjust your head position to be aligned with the altitude rail and the wires. Then you'll line up on the target and drop your bomb when the rail reaches the target. Make sure you trim the airplane for level flight at 300 km per hour before your attack run, and this will help you maintain your altitude that much easier. Also, if you equip the Mark 1 or Mark 103 cannon, this will prevent you taking the 250 kilogram bomb. Alright, on this attack run I have the Mark 103 cannon equipped, so I don't have the 250 kilogram bomb, and instead I'm limited to taking 2 50 kilogram bombs. So with some Henschels in front of me, they're going to be attacking that area as well. So if we zoom in, we can see some rocket artillery there. Now what I'm going to do is break off to the left. Then I'll bring it back around so I can attack these artillery in a line to help improve the chances of getting a hit. So as I'm coming down and losing the altitude, what I'm going to be doing is making sure that I have enough space away from these targets, so when I turn around to face them, I'll have enough time to make sure that I'm stable on my altitude and airspeed. So now I've set the propeller pitch to be automatic. This will maintain 2750 RPM, which is the combat mode in game. Then we can start a gradual turn back towards the targets. So hopefully by the end of this turn we'll be aligned with this column of targets correctly without too much adjustment needed. So we're going to set our manifold pressure to about 0.8 or 0.9. This way we'll make sure that we're at 300 km per hour. Now the field elevation here is about 150 meters. So that means I'm going to be maintaining approximately 200 meters on my altimeter in order to get that 50 meters above ground level, which is what I'm going to be attacking at. So now I'm at my altitude, I'm going to be adjusting the head position, so this way we can only see the leading edge of the 50 meter rail. The vertical wires are aligned, and they're also aligned with the target, so we just maintain this course and altitude, and this way we'll drop the bombs when the 50 meter rail touches our targets. It's coming up, drop 1 and 2, and then we can exit the area. Generally, if you're using these smaller bombs, you're going to be attacking smaller targets, so it stands to reason that you should be flying at lower altitudes in order to minimize your chances of missing the target. But with that in mind, you also need to choose the correct fuse, so if you're flying at 10 meters, do not choose a contact fuse or you'll kill yourself. In this example, we're going to be flying at an altitude of 200 meters with a 250 kilogram bomb. So up in front of us is a factory target, and we've aligned our head so we can see the 200 meter leading edge, and we have the vertical wires aligned with each other and the target. So now we just hold our course, altitude and airspeed until that 200 meter rail touches the target. Then we release and break away from the area. Now if you've decided to take the 250 kilogram bomb, you're going to be limited on what you can attack. You won't be able to equip the Mark 101 or 103 cannon in this case, so you'll end up being restricted to light tanks and anything softer than that. Anything heavier such as a T-34 or a KV-1 you won't be able to kill outside of using this bomb against it. That completes the video on how to use the bomb sight in the Henschel. Be sure to check out the next video which will cover how to do strafing in it. If you have any questions or feedback, you can leave a comment and I will answer it as best as I can. And be sure to become a subscriber too, and this way you can see new videos like this as they're released.